You're listening to The Breakfast Show with Ben and Liam. They're on your radio, and that's why you can't see them. So stay for a while, they're gonna make you smile. And whatever you do, don't touch that dial. You're feeling fine, waking up to the sunshine with Ben and Liam.
Liam, I took my dog Finn for a walk yesterday, and Finn decided to jump into the river. And so Sam and I had to pull him out like a baby. We had to because he's pretty heavy. He's a big boy. And
what is he? What would he be like?
40 kilos.
Yeah, wow.
And it's a steep drop off. And so it wasn't like it was like a bank where he could just walk himself out. So we had to pick him out like a baby. So we both it's pretty heavy. So we had to bend over and get under his arms and pick him up out of the water. Got him out of there. People came over and you need help? And I was like, no, it's all right. We got him. So we picked him out. He was dripping wet. And as we were walking back to the car, Sam was really quiet. And I said, what's the matter? And she said, I got it in my mouth.
So it's not good water to have in your mouth.
You're a goner. So I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah, she's probably dead.
She's probably dead.
Such a shame as well. I mean, what are we, 9 days away from you guys getting married? You're so close.
13 24 10. Give us a buzz. What got in your mouth?
Might get some interesting calls for this one. Mel, what got in your mouth?
Hey, Ben and Liam. A huge huntsman spider.
What?
No.
How?
Yes. It was late at night, got home from work, opened up my bedroom door in the dark. Something dropped down as I was yawning.
No.
After a big day of work. And I was just spat it out, didn't know what it was, turned the light on, and there's this huge huntsman spider crawling around.
Oh, you would just die, wouldn't you?
Oh.
I think I ran around screaming for about 5 minutes.
Oh. What's the odds, though, of a huntsman dropping down as you're yawning, as you're walking into it? Oh, my God.
I mean, were you tasting a little bit of the fur? What sort of texture were you getting in your mouth?
Yeah, a little bit of fur, a little bit of crawling around. I don't know. I just freaked it. Yeah.
Yuck. Yucky. Well, thanks for sharing, though, Mel.
Nicola, what got in your mouth?
Okay, so I've got a massive phobia of spiders, and I had a big spider on my wall, and I thought I'd be really courageous, and I've grabbed the thong, and I've gone to hit the spider, closing my eyes and screaming at the same time, and I've hit it, and all the guts from the spider spurted into my mouth.
I thought your story was going to be the same as Mel's, but you got the spider guts in your mouth.
You got spider guts?
I got the spider guts.
Do you know what kind of spider it was?
I think it was like a black garden spider or something. It was really big and fat.
Juicy.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, if it was a redback, you just would have got a full load of that. That's not spider guts, that's venom in your mouth. That's worth a hospital trip, I reckon.
Matty joins us now, mate. What did you get in your mouth?
My old boss was used to be a gardener and landscaper. I was bending down one day, raking up some leaves, and he was mowing the lawn in front of me, and a rat ran in front of the lawnmower and shot straight out the back of the mower, mate, straight into my face, into my mouth.
Oh!
Yeah, it was not pleasant, boys. It was not pleasant.
Surely you get workers' comp for that.
That's rough.
If a rat gets shot into your mouth.
If you asked me before we did this, we were going to get rat and spiders, I would have thought you're a liar.
Get the jump on summer and check out whatif.com for amazing getaways. Aussies just know how to summer. It's in our DNA.
Bring it on. Book your accommodation, flights, car hire and more, all on the What If app.
What If? It's Aussie for travel.
Now, Ben, people can contact us anytime. Ben and Liam Instagram, probably the best way to do it. If something's mildly interesting has happened in your life, chances are we'll take anything. Ed got in touch, so we got him on to tell his story.
They had a carton of Coke on special with a towel in it. I thought, excellent, with the hot weather coming, and we just put it in the spare room because over summer you just feel like a Coke or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, a couple of months go past, and I was just sitting out by the wheelie bin, putting some other stuff in, and she came up to me and she said, look what I found. And she gave it to me. It was an empty can, an empty sealed can.
So in a nutshell, he bought a carton of Coke, 24 cans in a carton, and one of those cans
Wasn't filled with Coke.
was fully sealed, but no Coke inside.
And supposedly, these things go for thousands. I mean, I saw one for $250,000 on eBay. Eb doesn't want to part with the can.
Yep.
He has invited us over to look at it, though.
So we're thinking, let's rob him. But before we rob him, let's find out if it's actually worth any money.
Well,
let's find out if it's worth our trip.
We should get it evaluated first. That's where Valerie from the Coca-Cola Memorabilia Collectors Club comes in. Is this a real club in Adelaide, Valerie?
Yes, it is.
How often are you meeting?
We meet once a month on the first Wednesday of every month, except January,
At
of
the
course.
Coca-Cola factory?
No. We used to meet originally at the Coca-Cola factory, but we got a bit too big for that, and
Wow.
we now meet down at Long Street, Timpton.
God damn, how big are you if you're too big for the biggest factory in South Australia?
No. They had only had a meeting room. We've had meetings at Coca-Cola, but of course the Port Road Coca-Cola plant has now closed, and they've moved a little further away.
Well, Valerie, clearly you're a very big fan of Coca-Cola. Are you drinking one every day? Like, do you get home and just crack one open?
No, I don't drink it every day because, as you know, it's not the most healthy. But if I do have a drink of soft drink, it will probably be a Coca-Cola.
Right, and why do you love it so much? I mean, this is impressive. I mean, if you're attending a meeting about, like, essentially a fizzy drink once a month with other people who love it, what is it about it that just got you hooked?
Well, Coca-Cola, as you know, has made just about everything from rubbers to yo-yos to all of that. They've made everything as a piece of memorabilia, and we as a group collect all a range of things. Some collect yo-yos, some collect skis, some collect glasses, all sorts of things.
What's your vice?
What's my...
Yeah,
well,
what's your thing?
we collect the older memorabilia, so we tend to go back to before the 60s, if we can, 70s, and we collect all of those sorts of things. So probably my husband and I, we collect little, not the little ones, but the model trucks, for example.
Yeah, I know the
Valerie,
ones.
look, I could talk to you for a long time.
I just love anyone who has a passion so big for anything.
I really do. And plus, look, maybe off there we can talk about this. My mum and dad have got an old Coke fridge from, like, it looks like the 40s to me, but let's talk about that later. We're not here to talk about the Coke fridge.
Yeah, what we want to talk about is this guy that we're planning to rob. Please don't tell anyone that. But
keep it to yourself.
He basically, we want to know, I mean, you're clearly the expert in this area.
Right. Well,
what is it worth, like, for a can, like just a modern can that was bought only a couple of weeks ago, which is, like, obviously a fault. There's no liquid in there. It's perfectly sealed, though. How much is that worth?
I'd say it's probably not worth very much. If he got the more than $5 for it, he'd be doing very well. So, and again, anything that somebody wants to sell, if somebody's prepared to pay the money, then you could get, you can pay. They'll pay for it.
Yeah.
But it's a modern can, and it's just a fault. It's not specially designed. You can get specially designed air-filled cans, which they deliberately make them, and then they'll put a different colour lid on them. So they're specially designed air-filled cans, we call them.
Yeah.
And they may be the ones that you've seen on eBay.
The $250,000 one.
And I don't think, have you ever seen whether that $250,000 can's ever been sold? I doubt it.
Yeah, it's very true. Well, Valerie, I bet you've got some pretty expensive memorabilia at your house, hey?
Well, yes, we have some that's... But to be honest, the older the item is now, because it's something that's modern and today, maybe in 30 years' time that will be valuable.
Yeah, okay.
Well, do you think we could come over and have a look at some of the older, more valuable stuff?
Not if you're going to... No.
No. I don't know what gives you that impression. I really don't know. Why would we rob a sweet old woman who just happens to be sitting on a gold mine of Coca-Cola memorabilia? Valerie, well, we look forward. Hopefully we can arrange something and come see you next week.
Thank you so much for the call, Valerie. You're very lovely to talk to.
That was lovely.
Ben and I both have our keys. We're going to turn them each and open up the forbidden folder. This is where we keep all the naughty stuff, the stuff that the boss has said no to, the stuff where you might want to tell your kids to cover their ears. I don't know.
Well, hopefully it's not quite 8 o'clock yet, so hopefully there won't be too many kids in their cars for this one.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at the list now and this is a good one. 13-24-10. Have you been caught having some alone time? It happens, potentially in those formative years, a lot of confusing feelings going around. I remember when I was like 12, this kid I went to school with, so brutal. He was using his mum's laptop to watch some stuff while she was at work.
Sure, kid at school, yeah.
It broke down halfway through.
Yeah.
And so when she got home, like, he covered and said, I don't know why it's not turning on. I don't know. And so she took it to the Apple store.
Oh, no.
He was with her. And the genius got it back up and running. And the video resumed in the middle of the Apple store.
That whole time, you'd been thinking, I hope this genius is not a genius.
Yeah, please be the dumbest Apple genius out. That's the only way you're getting saved from that horrific situation. What'd you do?
You just
run out of the shop.
You'd melt into your chair.
Just live on the streets, the rest of your formative years. My God.
It happens, though.
It does happen.
I reckon growing up, I was pretty thrifty. I don't think I got caught that I know of.
13, 24, 10. Getting caught having some alone time.
Casey joins us now. This was your ex-husband who got caught having some alone time. Is that right?
Ben and Liam, I had only recently had a baby and I was working from home, so my work computer was set out in the kitchen in like a computer desk.
Risky.
Yeah, really risky. Went to bed, had an exhausting day, left him to do his own thing. Woke up in the morning to turn my work computer laptop on, and the first thing that came to screen, girl on girl, red tube.
Oh, okay. Gee whiz. Clear the history much, dude?
Did he say he just didn't close it when he was done?
I think it froze, or he froze, maybe.
I think it froze, then he froze.
Did you... I'm kind of intrigued. Did you bring it up with him that was on there? What did he say if you did?
He said he required a little bit of assistance because he'd been feeling a little unloved.
Okay.
All right. It's a good cover.
Baby had arrived.
Yeah. I get you.
And I did ask. I said, could you at least on it on my personal computer, not my work one?
Yeah, the IT guys are going to see that now at work. Oh, sorry about that, Casey.
Good one, Casey.
Lauren, did you get caught having some alone time, or did you catch someone else?
Oh, it was me. I was caught.
What happened?
I was a bit young at the time, 19. I was at a party. I thought I'd sneak off to the car to have some alone time, and it was right at that moment that my friends decided to just come up and have a bit of a bang on the window and say hello.
At a party, Lauren.
Right. I mean, interesting time for that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when
nature calls, but no,
When the
actually,
mood's right.
that's not an argument. When nature calls, I can't just be at Coles doing the weekly food shop and say, oh, well, nature has called. I'm going to have to move into aisle 4 because that looks quiet.
Liam, a massive part of the wedding is, of course, the wedding dress. But there are lots of fittings involved. I believe there's 4 or 5 fittings.
Really?
Yeah. My partner, Sam, she went in for fitting number 3. When she got home, she just seemed a bit flat. I said, what's wrong? And she said, she called me fat. And I said, what do you mean? What do you mean she called you fat? Like, she wouldn't have said you were fat. And she said, as soon as I walked in, she said, you've put on weight, haven't you?
No, she didn't.
And she did.
No way.
She did. They're brutal. They're like cutthroat.
There's no way.
They're cutthroat.
She didn't.
Because I think all of her work is undone if it can't fit. So
she was like, for real?
Yeah, she's like, you put on weight. And then, to be fair, my partner Sam, like, not overweight whatsoever.
Yeah.
But she has to now lose 2 kilos, that's what she reckons, to fit into the wedding dress. Yeah, 2 kilos.
I thought it would have been one of those classic scenarios where she said
something else.
They've called me fat, and that's not what happened at all.
Yeah, no, she called her fat.
They just went, oh, that dress looks great in you.
Yeah.
But it was the tone that she said it that maybe, you know what I mean? But no, she's actually
by the sounds of it, she went, whoa, big fatty.
Oh, boom, boom, boom. Here you get, like, yeah, dearie me. I mean, I get that they obviously have to
get you into the dress.
Well, they got to be talking about things legitimately because they're trying to get the sizing right.
Yeah,
but
well, I believe
surely there's a better way you can handle that situation.
I believe they were up to the stage where they were sewing the buttons on. So she said, I can put the buttons like wider, or if you want me to put them here where they're going to be, you're going to have to lose 2 kilos, which is just brutal.
That blows my mind.
But what I'd like to do, because it happens, how did they tell you you'd put on weight?
It doesn't have to be like a wedding dressmaker.
It could be anything.
Could be a partner, I suppose. Or
in my head, the perfect call for this is like a boyfriend or a husband that bought like a shirt that was too big. 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. Nadia joins us now.
Hey, how you going?
Very good, thank you. How did they tell you?
Well, my mum, bless her, didn't necessarily tell me that I put on weight. She said to me, so, Nad, how fat do you think you need to get before you're happy?
what? What is that backwards sort of girly psychological?
Yeah.
Oh, I reckon my soul would shatter into a million pieces if my mum said that.
Nadia, obviously everyone's relationship's different with their mum. Is that pretty normal between you and your mum?
Oh, look, mum's pretty solid. I love her to death. That's just, how she comes across sometimes. But anyway, it turns out it was about 30 more kilos.
Okay, so you found it.
Yeah, Nadia.
Sam, how did they tell you you'd put on weight?
I hadn't seen my dad for about 18 months, and he told me I had inherited his trunk tree legs.
Oh, God.
Trunk tree
Isn't that
legs.
terrible?
No.
I know, I was gobsmacked.
Especially he, being a dad, he would probably think that's a cool thing. He'd be like, nah, my legs back in the day, tree trunk legs out in the footy oval. Oh, legs like traction engines, could kick it more than 50.
Thanks for that, Sam. Nara, how did they tell you?
So I walked into a music practice and I hadn't been there for a while, so the band was all up on stage and a lady who was the singer had a microphone in her hand. And the first thing she said as I walked in was, "You've put on weight."
Into the microphone?
Into the microphone, the whole band turned to look at me and check me out, and I didn't know whether to laugh or cry.
At least someone didn't start playing the tuba.
Yeah.
As you were walking down. Thanks for that, Nara. Liam, I had to go to Cotton On yesterday after work.
You had to go, or you just wanted to go to
I
get
wanted
some
to go.
stuff?
I wanted to go to
fair
get
enough.
some stuff.
I haven't been to Cotton On for a while. It used to be like my main store, as well as JJ's.
Ooh.
Where you can get a cool SpongeBob shirt.
I
some
feel
skinny
like
jeans.
I feel like Cotton On is the adult version of JJ's.
Yeah. You start at JJ's, you move to Cotton On, and then, the pros are playing at General Pants sort of level.
Yeah. And you and I know each other so well that as soon as the other one buys a new item of clothing, we know. We know they've been shopping.
I even sometimes know if you've got a jumper on and I can see a collar's a bit different. I go, new shirt on underneath there, are you? A bit nervous to debut that one, are you?
So I did buy a new shirt from Cotton On, Liam, and I can't stand. I love Cotton On because I go there all the time, but I can't stand how they try and upsell you every single thing under the sun.
It's nice. That they're trying to, sell you water for charity and that. But sometimes you just want to buy what you came to buy and leave.
Don't try and squeeze an extra $2 out of me.
Yeah.
What I actually did was I started recording audio on my phone when I went into Cotton On yesterday, Liam. Have a listen to how persistent this salesperson was.
Just a shirt, thanks.
No worries, that would be $29.90.
Yep.
Before I whack that one through, would you be interested in donating $2 to save a small village?
Just a shirt, thanks.
Don't want to save the village, okay. What about buying this water for sick echidnas?
No, just a shirt, thanks.
Cute little tote bag to help find Coney 2012?
Is that still a thing?
What about some sunnies for vegans who hate farmers?
No.
Sunnies for farmers who hate vegans?
No, in a bit of a rush. Can I just get the shirt, please?
Basic hat for poor Harambe's family?
No.
What about a little packet of tissues for people who find the scary movie franchise funny?
No.
Those people do need help. What about some socks for people who say you too when the person at Macca's says enjoy your meal?
No, just a shirt.
Could I interest you in adopting this baby?
Oh, I just want the shirt.
His name is Charlie.
No.
Adopt me, maybe. I don't know.
Charity, you. I just want a shirt.
No worries. You should have just said easy. Just $4 extra there for the canvas bag for wildlife conservation.
Just going to get my key. Ben, have you got yours?
Where did I put mine? Yep, I got it. Ready?
Let's turn it. And open up the forbidden folder. This is where all the naughty ideas go. Or all the, the boss says, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, the ones that typically you go, you can't do that.
Yeah. I like this one. This one's interesting. What's a secret within your industry that they don't want the public to know?
Because when you work in a certain industry, you learn certain things.
Do you know what this came from? I've got a mate.
Yeah.
This will rock your world. He works in a call centre, right? And apparently they have a button where they can hear you waiting on hold.
No, they don't.
So, when you get put on hold for like 20, 30 minutes sometimes, you're calling a call centre. And you're like, oh, jeez, these effing...
Yeah.
You're just going nuts.
Yeah.
And you're going, I can't believe it. they can hear that. Unless your phone's on mute, they can hear.
That's wild.
That honestly, when I found that out, I was like, oh my God, I've said some heinous things.
I can blow the whistle on some radio intel.
Well, our industry is radio. Yeah. Why not?
A lot of the time, when you hear an interview, pre-recorded. We've already done that ages ago. These are the industry secrets that they don't want you to know. But we'll tell you.
Yeah, we just blew a whistle there. What's a secret within your industry that they don't want the public to know? You can remain anonymous. 13 24 10. We've been open and honest. We'd like you to do the same.
Grace, what industry do you work in?
Hey guys, I work at a very famous fast food joint, and when you guys return your chips, we actually resell them.
You put them back in the Bain Marie.
I personally don't, but I've seen a lot of workers do.
So the chips you're selling, are they?
Well, no, let's not get into specifics.
Yeah.
But I think that we've heard enough in terms of I know what's going on there.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think that every single fast food chain sponsors this show.
Yeah, so we can't really find it. We can easily say, are they skinny chips? Are they fat chips?
Which area of Europe are they from?
Yeah.
Or are they are they good old American?
But I think that we're treading in dangerous territory.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grace.
Yeah.
Well, let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
Leave it there. All right, can we do one more? Let's go. Come on,
All right.
let's do one more. Peter, what's your industry secret, mate?
G'day, mate. I used to work for a company that used to buy and sell second-hand goods. Essentially, if you had an item stolen from you, you would essentially file a police report to get that item back.
Yep.
We would usually cooperate with the police very well, and they would come in and redeem the item for you. However, if the item was of significant value, you could essentially sell it in that period of time after the police report was made. And then it's legally that next person's property because they now have a receipt saying they purchased the item.
So you're saying if you were quick enough to just sell it, even though you knew it was stolen, that's binding and that person now owns it?
That's correct, and they have no way to get it back.
Whoa. Industry secrets.
And that was happening pretty often?
It's not often, but typically it would happen with very high-end items.
Yeah, right.
TV,
typically
rings and
5,000
things.
plus.
Yeah, right. Bit more commission on the side for you for turning a blind eye.
Peter, thank you very much for blowing that whistle.
Well, I was at Coles last night, Ben, and this little girl who looked about maybe like 6, out of nowhere, just turned to her mum and went, "Hey, Mum, what's a hoe?"
Hey?
And the mum went, "Samantha, who told you that?" And the little girl went, "It's a thong, Mum." You know who it is.
Yeah, I know
It's
who
that
it
bloody
is.
Kid Leroy, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So there you go. Oh, can't make a wife out of a...
That's the version we play.
Well, remember when we did those school discos, Liam, this year?
And the kids,
They knew all the words.
Even though we were playing the clean version,
They still knew
they
the
were
words.
singing the naughty versions
I
from
reckon
TikTok.
they're getting it from the talk. They're getting
And
the
the Kid
uncensored
Leroy. The
version.
Kid Leroy is corrupting our children's innocence.
He's too young to be saying that.
He should know that word yet. He's the same age as the kid. So
Yeah.
I wonder why she thinks it's okay to say
100%.
that. And obviously she was like quite embarrassed because, probably wrong place for the kid to ask that. But I suppose she could have just like shrugged it off with the old gardening tool. You know, the old,
Oh, yeah.
you can't marry a gardening tool.
That is tough, though, being a parent and having to explain. Because when, a kid's a big
What do you
sponge.
say to that?
It's just they're so impressionable. I don't know what you say to that.
I mean, who even uses that term?
Yeah.
As well? That seems like a rapper thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like I've never called it.
And then once it's in their head, if you tell them not to say it, they're just going to say it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Parenting's
Santa.
hard.
Santa gets to say it 3 times. Why can't I say it?
Yeah.
Why don't we do this morning? Did the kids ask you a curly question?
Yeah.
13 24 10.
Okay. Well,
Kirst, good morning.
Good morning. It was me that asked the curly question.
You were the kids. My God, all those years ago.
All those years ago, I was at my year 2 school disco, and that was when Genuine's song Pony was really popular.
It still is, really.
And I said to the teacher, "That's my favourite song. I want to play it." And I'm singing it on top note. And she's looking at me like, "What the hell?" And about 6 years after that, I was watching a movie with my mum, and the word horny come up.
Oh.
And I said, "What does that mean?"
And she told me, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I was at St. Joseph's Catholic Primary School singing that song on top note.
Yeah, when you really listen to the lyrics of it.
I mean, it's a stripper song, right? It is the stripper song.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, the whole choir doing it. Riding my pony.
Story reminds me, I remember being quite young and I asked my older sister, because the song came on, I remember asking her, what does Rock the Casbah mean?
I don't even think I know what that means.
You know what that means? I'll tell you during the song.
Really?
Yeah.
Kerry, was this your child?
Hi, Ben and Liam. Yes, it was. I was at a large shopping centre and I took my 2-year-old to the toilet with me, as you do. And he just yelled at the top of his voice, Mum, where's your pee-pee gone?
Kerry, that reminds me of a story that's very famous in my family. My beautiful grandma is no longer with us, but she had a big hole in her leg where some cancer was cut out. And it used to sort of fascinate all of us kids. And my cousin Danny, when she was about 5, Grandma was taking her to the toilet. And she said, Grandma, can I see your hole? And she had to try and explain to everyone. It's one of the all times.
Kerry, with yours, as a parent, do you, because they're only 2 years old, do you just pretend you didn't hear them say it and move on? Or what do you do?
Oh, no, he didn't stop. It wasn't just the once yelling out.
Yeah.
He was like, where did it go? Did it fall off? Mum, I can't see it.
Yeah,
and it was loud. So I was just like, shh.
Shut up. When you react, they're like, this is good. I'm gonna lean into this. It's kind of like my personality, basically.
Gavin joins us now. Morning, Gav.
Yeah, I did a parent-teacher night a few years back, and I had my new girlfriend with me. And my son goes to the teacher, I don't like this one. Can you get another one?
Oh, my God.
And what do you say as the parent?
You just fluster and just look at the child in disbelief and try and move on.
Shut up. I can get another one if you want. Susie, did a kid ask you a curly question? I'm hearing you're a teacher. Is that true?
Yes, I am. So yesterday we're doing biological science.
Ooh.
And a kid put their hand up and asked me what's the difference between an organism and an orgasm.
You just say, just one letter, kid, just one letter. Okay, that's enough learning for today. Close your books, bye. Give us a buzz right now, 13 24 10, if you're bougie on a budget. Tell you what, just those little things that make you feel fancy, because, we're bougie, on a budget, of course. I don't know if I've told you this, Ben, but I was thinking about the other day, I'm like, I suppose it's a little bit weird. Like, I don't know if everyone would do this, but we have bought a ton of cloth serviettes. So every night when we eat dinner, we put the little serviette over our laps like we're at a fancy restaurant.
Wow.
And then we eat, and then we dab our mouths, and then we throw them into a pile, do a big wash at the end of the week. Oh, yeah.
Better for the environment, but I must admit, I don't like the idea of doing more washing than I need to.
But they're just going in with the whites anyway, you know what I mean? Like it's not, you're not doing any more washing than you would be. It's going in the same load.
Yeah. And I just don't use napkins at home. But that's also like, that's your house. You do what feels good.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of being bougie on a budget, Liam, my wife Sam and I recently bought a new fridge.
Oh, yeah?
But you go to like fancy houses, right? And they've got their fridge like plumbed up to water, and it's got like ice and water.
I've always wanted one of those fridges. Yeah.
Couldn't afford that. Plus, we'd have to get a plumber to put a pipe in behind the
it's
fridge.
a bit of a pain, isn't it?
Bit of a pain. Bougie on a budget, though, you can get ones where you have to manually fill up the ice and the water.
So you're still making your own ice, and then you just put it in a little.
Yeah. But if someone comes over, they're gonna think we're bougie.
Wow, they'll be like, wow, they've got this plumbed up.
Yeah, but we don't.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, bougie on a budget. What little things make you feel fancy at home? 13 24 10 is the number.
Chelsea joins us now. Chelsea, how are you bougie on a budget?
My partner and I both have matching robes with our initials on it.
We're at a hotel. You know what? The initials really take that up a notch.
That really just kicks it into gear.
Whose idea was that, Chelsea?
Mine, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Every day is a holiday. That is perfect.
Scott joins us now. Are you bougie on a budget?
I'd like to think so, yeah. We have those big salt and pepper shakers, the big wooden girthy ones that you have at the restaurant.
I mean, everyone's got those. They're very common.
Yeah, you're an easy to
They've
please
got
man.
more substance than the little, plasticky ones that you get.
Oh, for sure. No, yeah. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I've also got those. I'm pretty sure.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's extra girthy though, as you said.
You know what is fancy, and I think to be honest, the wooden ones are probably more like traditional because you get the hand grind.
Yeah.
But my wife Sam, her mum and dad have the electric ones. Yeah,
pretty cool. Scott's like really flat now. Maybe I'm not as bougie as I thought.
Lorraine, are you bougie on a budget?
Yeah, hi Ben and Liam. Since the kids were little, I've always set crystal wine glasses on the table, and in the decanter we have water, and if we're celebrating, we'll put Coke in it.
Oh,
wow.
I love that. So the kids know what's up early on when they get to that wine drinking age.
It's funny though because the whole point of decanting, like when you've got wine, is to aerate the wine, whereas you don't really want to aerate your Coke because it's just going to go flat.
True. I feel like you decanting your Coke, it's just going to end up flat with ants in it. So, I mean, but I appreciate that you're doing it to be bougie on a budget. Ben, my friends committed the ultimate relationship sin. So I was out with some mates over the weekend, and one of my friends is with a girl called Maddie. He used to be with a girl called Zoe. They do have sort of E's on the end of it. I can see.
They're not similar.
They're pretty different. They're pretty different.
I'd say
they're different enough for her to notice. And anyway, he was calling out over a group of people, and he said, "Oi, Zoe!" He said the ex's name. Oh, the air was sucked out of the room. She brushed past it, but the look she gave him, my lord, he would have copped an absolute serve when he got home. I've never done it. Have you done it?
I've never done it.
I've never done it. Taylor Jones, newsreader extraordinaire. Has this ever happened to you?
I've had it done to me.
No.
Oh.
Yep.
What happened?
Sucks, I know. I think in that, it's kind of embarrassing when friends hear like that, I guess. I was going to say in that situation, I don't know if I'd be that mad. I think it depends when it happens. Mine was like I'm going to say, these are going to be taken the wrong way. It didn't happen in a bedroom.
Okay.
But it happened in like a very vulnerable moment still, I would say.
In a
they were
different
like,
spot.
they were kind of like.
It was in a car, was it? A little bit crazy.
No, I was trying to say it wasn't happening during that.
Okay,
But it was, they were like, it was a heartfelt discussion. They were, you know.
Even worse almost.
Yeah. And then the ex's name slipped out during a hug.
How long?
It was terrible.
Had you been together for? I feel like in the first few months, that's a green zone. Past 6 months, you're in the red zone for sure.
Big time.
Probably in between the 3 and 6.
Okay. It's the
I'm
yellow,
going to say
the
somewhere
yellow
still,
zone.
the yellow zone. Let's go with that.
Amber alert.
I know. I spent the next month stalking her Instagram.
I bet you did. I mean, and realistically, brain fart. But it's tough to argue that one.
Oh, yeah.
That's not holding up in court.
Yeah.
In relationship court. Why don't we do this morning? 13-24-10. Accidentally saying the ex's name. It's never good.
Jackie, you were the one that said the ex's name. What happened?
Hi, Ben and Liam. Yes, we were talking with the MC just before our wedding, and I happened to say my ex's name, went very red, and then walked outside.
Yeah, you don't want to be saying it anywhere near the altar. As a general rule of thumb, never good.
Thanks for that, Jackie.
Ethan, was this you who said it?
Yeah, g'day Ben and Liam, how you going?
Good, mate.
So my cat and my ex have the same first name. So the first few months of the relationship, you have to be really careful where I step in, telling the cat to get out the bedroom or something.
Okay.
No,
that's true. That's really tricky. Yeah, no, you've really snooked yourself there. I get it. Casey, did this happen to you?
Morning, Ben and Liam.
Morning.
Yes. So, yes, that happened to me. I was with my boyfriend, well, my ex now, for 9 months. He had said he was going out for the weekend with the boys. He'd come back, so he spent 2 nights out. He come home on a Sunday night, and in the middle of the night, he's like, Tickles, and the ex's name.
Oh!
Yeah.
So later down the track, I did find out that he was with his ex the whole weekend.
Sorry about that.
Casey, that sucks.
Dead giveaway when you come home from the boys' weekend smelling like Chanel No. 5, tickling your back, calling you Katie when your name's Casey. Oh, God, that sucks. Well, I'm glad he's an ex now. At least you got rid of him. Morning, Michael.
Good morning, Ben. How you going?
Very good. Saying the ex's name. What happened?
Yeah, so I was in bed with this girl I was seeing for about a month, and I ran through both my ex's names before I got to hers, and it was a bit awkward.
Double shot.
I went through both before I got to hers.
Double shot. That would have messed her up good. She still hasn't stopped looking at their Instagrams. Those two girls. Oh, Michael, you didn't. We've just been asking the question, accidentally saying the ex's name. Where did it happen? And we've been told that something even worse than that has happened to Nicola.
Good morning. What was said?
Good morning, Ben and Liam. So I was just at home with the partner, just doing some things, and he turned to me and he said, "I love you, Mum." Now,
that's not good. What things were you doing, out of interest?
I was just sitting down on the couch.
Yeah.
Turned around and I was like, "What?"
Did he immediately realise what he'd done and apologise?
Look, he did, and I did not let it go, though, because the worst thing is, look, I was a little bit older than him as well.
Yeah.
So it made it even more awkward because it was
a complex thing, isn't it?
It is.
You know, when you call the teacher mum, that's bad enough.
Yep.
But when you call your own partner mum, not good.
Yeah. I get that, Nicole.
Yeah.
Did you call him Dad? Did you call him?
Oh, my gosh, no.
Yeah, no, good. Thank God for that. Ben, did you see the interview with Grant Stevens, the South Australian Police Commissioner?
I did, and it was amazing.
Oh, my God. So it's really terrible footage. It's almost like it's filmed on a shoe. But have a listen. He's doing this interview, and his phone goes off.
What's your viewpoint on it? It's a great ringtone.
He goes like as white as a ghost, and he looks at the interviewer and goes, "Man, I'm a ringtone," and this is his ringtone.
I'm too sexy for my love.
I love that the police commissioner has got right said Fred, "I'm too sexy."
Oh my God! And the best bit is Grant Stevens, the SA Police Commissioner, joins us now. Good morning, Grant.
Good morning, guys.
Thank you so much for coming on, for starters.
Pleasure.
I mean, the first question, which is on everyone's lips, is: do you believe that you are too sexy?
Well, I can say with some certainty that because of COVID-19 and the extra hours I'm working and probably the extra few reps, the answer is no.
I couldn't be further in the truth.
And so my question, Grant, is how did you end up with that as your ringtone?
I've been struggling to remember that since I heard it on Friday when it went off with the media guys. It's been my ringtone for about a year and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
It's... I can't say I don't like the song, otherwise I would have made more effort to change it.
It's true.
It is. It's if anything, it makes the whole situation a lot more human. It actually reminds me of that Han Superdry ad when the guy's meeting his girlfriend's parents for the very first time and his phone goes off. Have you seen that one, Grant?
No, I haven't, no.
I believe the song was "I'm a tits and ass man." I think things would have been a lot worse if that was your ringtone. I think Right Said Fred, it's not like an inappropriate song.
No, I don't think so either.
It's just funny.
And Grant, I guess the other question would be, the follow-up here is it still your ringtone or have you now changed it?
Well, I don't want people to have the inside running on the fact that I'm not tech savvy, but I'm just not smart enough to change it. I only think about changing it when it goes off in a public place, and then by the time I get around to doing it, more important things to deal with than my ringtone. So
I love that. If you're going down to level 6 to the cybercrime unit, you're going, guys,
can
you change my ringtone? The commission needs it changed. It's Right Said Fred.
Cancel all projects. We've got a major issue.
Look, Grant Stevens, the SA Police Commissioner, thank you very much for the chat this morning, mate. It was amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Liam, I've been with my wife, Sam, now for 7 years, and yesterday she asked me to do something that I've never done before. She asked me to buy her some tampons.
That's pretty scary stuff.
Have you ever had to do it?
No.
Never had to do it?
I've not been trusted with that yet.
Yeah. It'll happen
one
one day.
we're like coming up to 5, so I've probably got another couple of years before.
That's the thing, though. You know it's coming at some point. But I had to face it head on yesterday. And I'll be honest with you, I got to Woolies and I was overwhelmed. I was very overwhelmed by the sheer number of options available.
Yeah.
I've walked past it before. I've even stopped before when Sam's grabbed some stuff, but I've never actually dove in head first myself.
You temporarily passed out over there. You're in the trolley. She wheels you into another section.
I wanted to get producer Belle on for this chat so we can get some answers this morning because I've got plenty. Good morning, Belle.
Yeah, hello.
So there's more options for sanitary products than there are cereal brands.
There is a lot.
There's so many. So you've got tampons, you've got pads, you've got reusable undies, you've got a cup.
Yeah.
Liam, let's say you go down the pads option, right? Would you be going with or without wings?
Oh, probably the wings. I reckon. Yeah. Red Bull gives you wings. No, it's always good. I mean, wings are good.
Well, I don't know what the wings do.
How do you not know what the wings do?
What do the wings do?
They're for grip, so you wrap them around the outside of like your undies.
So if you don't, so if you don't have the wings, it's just flying around
everywhere. It sticks on, but like it's just extra security. Yeah, the bottom of the pad. It doesn't just sit in there.
Is it sticky?
Yeah. You peel the thing off the back. That's why they have like Libra have the fun facts.
I thought it just sat there.
So my uncle, right? He had an operation on his bottom.
Yeah.
It's hemorrhoids essentially. And, this is something that some people go through in life. And the doctor basically said, right, it's all stitched up, but you're going to need to wear a pad, basically. Yeah. Oh. So, but he didn't know how they worked. So he put it sticky side on.
Oh, no. Oh, wait, hang on.
Hang on. So the sticky side goes down.
The sticky side sticks under your undies, but he put it straight on
on his bum.
and then had to rip it off.
Oh. Yeah, so the bottom is sticky so that it sticks to your undies and then it doesn't move. Otherwise, it would.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You've got day and night.
All right.
Don't know what the difference is there.
Well, so
there's one like a darker colour.
No, different
night
shape.
mode. Glow in the dark.
Now in silk.
No, it's because when you're lying down, obviously your body's in a different position, so it needs to be shaped.
Right, so, okay, interesting. I can figure this one out. There's regular, light, super.
Yep.
What's sport?
Sport mode. It's like a car. You got eco-friendly mode. You can, knock it over to the sport. So, you didn't know what to do, so you got some Huggies nappies and said, I hope this will do the trick. I didn't know. Right now, you're about to get an unbelievable story.
Ben and Liam's unbelievable stories.
Unbelievable.
Yes, here at Nova, we love getting your unbelievable stories.
If you've got one or you know someone who does, feel free to send us a text 0400 919 919.
Now, Liam, we have got an unbelievable story this morning from Angela, who joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Hey, anytime.
Thanks for coming on.
Very excited when we get an unbelievable story from someone. Can you please tell us yours?
Well, about 7 years ago, I left from Bend, Oregon with this crazy idea to walk solo around the world. I basically sold everything I had.
Around the world?
Yeah. I just carried everything that I owned into one duffel bag, which was tent and water filter, summer clothes, winter clothes, and went on a really long walkabout.
So you would just walk, and then when you got tired, when the night came, you would just go to bed on the side of the road, wake up, and then keep going.
Pretty much. I'm a little bit like a hen, though. And this is something I learned in Australia. I would always generally have about 3 finger widths under the sun when I would say, okay, it's time to start looking for flat ground to pitch my tent.
This
is unbelievable.
No watch or phone needed, just 3 fingers below the sun. Yeah, probably should find a spot soon.
I have got so many questions. So, I mean, you mentioned Australia there. Where did you start and where did you get to? Because obviously we're an island. So where did you start the journey and where did you end it for Australia?
So I knew I wanted to do Western Australia because I figure, I'm one of those go big or go home. So of course I had to go straight into the desert. But I started in the suburbs of Perth. So I flew from Oregon, Portland, Oregon into Perth.
Oh, hang on. You didn't walk from Oregon to Perth? Cheating.
I walked on water. No, no, I did. I took a plane, but I literally I got to the airport in Perth and I headed out and walked along the west coast. And I finished in Columbaroo, which is still in Western Australia, kind of parallel to Darwin.
Oh my God. You could sense there that there was a pause when you said Columbaroo because
we were like,
Liam
where the hell is Columbaroo?
Lived here our whole lives, didn't know where that was. But then when you said near Darwin, that is insane that you went from even that. Like I know you walked further than that, but even you going from WA in Perth up to Darwin, that blows me away. You mentioned the other continents. What other continents did you touch on?
I did Asia, Europe, and the States.
Yep.
And into Turkey.
Wow. And so how many, two-part question, how many kilometres in total did you walk and how many were you averaging a day?
I would do about 15 to 20 miles a day, although I do know kilometres when it came to Australia because there was a time when I was going up north and I was trying to beat the wet season.
Yeah.
So it was like September and I was just really pushing to try and get as much time as possible in, but it was so hot. I was getting blisters on my shoulders.
Oh.
And so I was pushing up to 40 kilometers. I would do 10 kilometers between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I try to do another 10, try to do 10 kilometers in 2 hours. And I was doing up to 40. But let's just say that made me very cranky.
Yeah, I bet.
People would be like, you need a lift, Al? You're like, and they're like, okay, I'm just going to keep driving. I've just looked it up. Angela, this is wild. I'm sure you've done this as well. Perth to Columbaroo. We're talking 2,798 Ks. It's 562 hours to walk, according to Google, which is around 23 days of straight walking. And you've managed that. So what keeps you going? Is it just this thought of like, hey, I'm going to walk the world?
Yeah, why did you do it?
For me, it just was, life was great. I had my own business. I lived with a partner at the time. Like everything was really great, but it just, if anyone's ever had that, there's a moment where you just get a good idea. You know, you'll spend the rest of your life regretting it if you don't give it a try. These adventurous people who go out and do these things, we always admire them. And the only difference between those people that we hear do these amazing feats and who we are is that they did it. That is the only difference. Whether they succeed or they fail, they did something that most people are amazed at. And I wanted to amaze myself.
That is truly an unbelievable story.
I've been crunching sums the whole time you've been talking. I don't know if you know this, but from the northern tip of Scotland to the southern coast of England, that's 1,000 Ks. So you've basically gone there, forgot my wallet, walked all the way back, and then done half of it again. That is what it's like to walk from Perth to Columbaroo, and you're doing this all around the world. We're just giving the Australian example. This is insane.
If you want to read more about Angela's incredible journey and donate, head to shewalkstheearth.com. Angela Maxwell, thank you so much for sharing your unbelievable story this morning.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. It's been so fun.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.